過ぎた季節が嘘だとしても重ねたぬくもりは嘘じゃない君が残した背中の傷跡は今もずっと甘くてだからずっと痛くて
Yo, hey there everyone, it is your boy, Leon Moki here, giving you guys a new fanfic, which is just going to be a single one-shot. This is a, special fanfic I want to do for my beloved ShirouKitsune. This is Class 1A meets the world's greatest detective, a My Hero Academia crossover with Detective Conan. Originally, Shiro actually gave me this idea as a, special that she wanted me to do. But now I decided to do this for her, given that, I wanted to show on how much I care about her deeply, no matter what. So yeah, any rate. So with that said, let's get into this, shall we guys? In Masafu, Tokyo, in the police station of this district city of Tokyo, Tokyo, Japan. Now, Masa Sukuguchi, close friend of the former number one hero, Toshinori Yagi, aka All Might, is going through multiple, case files, especially a certain case file that's been shuffled around so many times and has somewhat been proven debunked ever since the capture of the leader of the League of Villains, All for One, during the final battle at Camino Ward, and that being the attack at the summer camp for Class 1A and Class 1B. At first, they thought of Now, Masa believed that the attack at the USJ by the League of Villains was somewhat of a fluke, that the only reason that they were able to get into the US facility is due to Shigaraki's distraction of destroying the gate that not even All Might and Endeavor can break by using his decay quirk. However, now finding out that Kurogiri was the one who stole the files to gain access into the USJ. However, soon after the attack at Hosu City, it was also somewhat of a coincidence as well, especially believing that Stain was working alongside the League of Villains. But the last attempt that couldn't seem like that of a coincidence had to be the summer camp attack, as it was the one thing that not even the police knew about, the one thing that UA kept secret from even many of its teachers. The only people that would know about this would be the homeroom teachers, the Wild Wild Pussycats themselves, and the students were only found out about this on the day that they left for the camp. So it has to be then the door to his office is open, but soon somebody comes in saying it's most likely a student. Soon Namasa looks at the person that entered saying, "You, what are you? I've been working on this case for a while too, Namasa. Especially at first, it wasn't really worth any of my time, but given that the true mastermind of the League of Villains was captured, and also finding out more and more about him in the underworld, I realized the guy has secrets among secrets. So I did my research, and I found out quite a bit of things about the man, and his contacts with many people as well, especially plenty of wealthy contacts too who are supporting him in his endeavors. With then soon Naomasa saying, "How did you?" But we need to act quickly and make sure to stop this before it happens. Good thing that UA decided to bring in the dorm system, which makes things a lot more easier for us and to finally bring out the UA traitor to light. At UA High, Class 1A is now soon heading to a location in the school, with then soon Sato saying, "So why are we all going to this location, to this boardroom?" With then Shoji being saying, "I believe Mr. Aizawa said that there was an announcement and somebody needed to speak to us about important information." With then Kaminari saying, "Ooh, maybe it's about how we did well during the festival this year." With soon Jiro began saying, "Well, if it was that easy, I think Aizawa would have told us that in the classroom. Why basically send us to some other boardroom class?" With then Izuku thinking, "What's going on? Something doesn't feel right." With then Aoyama walking up to Izuku alongside Ochako and Ida. With then Ochako saying, "Hey, Deku, you okay?" Saying, "Yeah, I am. It's just something just doesn't feel right. That's all." With Ida saying, Now, I don't think we should, make obscure observations. We need to figure out. We'll just need to know once we get there." With then soon Shoto saying, "I wonder." With then looking at Bakugo, with soon looking back at Izuku, as lately he's been realizing that both Izuku and Bakugo have been meeting with All Might lately, and Shoto couldn't help but think something is going up. With then they reach the room that they were told to go to. As they soon open the door, it's in that of an empty boardroom. However, it seems like somebody is there. Well, actually, two people, being, Aizawa, their homeroom teacher, and somebody in a chair. With then soon Mineta saying, "Hey, Mr. Aizawa, what are we doing here? And who's the guy in the chair?" With then Momo saying, "Is that Principal Nezu?" With then Aizawa saying, "Unfortunately, no. And personally, I rather wish it was Nezu than this guy." With soon the person in the chair saying, "Aizawa, you've never been so used to me, given my quirk's condition, after all." With then Izuku saying, "Wait, that voice, where have I heard it before?" With then saying, "And of course the fanboy would know who I am as well." With then Izuku saying, "Wait, fanboy?" As then Kirishima saying, "Hold on, it sounds like a kid. What is a kid doing here?" Saying, "I get that a lot too, Kirishima-kun. But I'll let you know, I'm far from a child." With then Bakugo getting somewhat annoyed, saying, "All right, enough of this crap. Explain who the hell you are already." With then Aizawa saying, "Bakugo, no. It's only right I show myself. But it looks like I was correct. The temper alone was the reason why the League of Villains would come after you, Bakugo. You need to work on that if you plan on becoming the number one pro. Number one pro needs to be more approachable than, what you are now." Saying, "What was that?" As soon the chair swabbles around, as they soon see a boy, with that of glasses and has that of a confident and well-collected smile. With soon Mina saying, "Oh my god, he's so cute! He almost reminds me of Eri." With then Sue saying, what? Can we ask why a kid is here, Mr. Aizawa, again?" With Sue, the boy saying, "Haha, I'm guessing not many people would know about me, given that I'm not always in Japan, and I'm normally always across the world solving cases than in my homeland. I'd rather leave that to my predecessor, after all." With then soon Izuku saying, "Wait, traveling across the world? The voice familiar, and has that of a calm, cool, and collective attitude. You're..." So you've realized it's about time. My name is Kenshiro Kudo, or as my alias or pro name, as you may know, is Detective Conan. It's a pleasure to meet you, class of 1A. With soon, everybody is shocked and surprised. With then Momo soon freaks out saying, "Wait, you're the Detective Conan? The legendary detective that solves even the most unsolvable cases?" With everybody freaked out seeing the calm, cool, collective, and proper and noble lady of Class 1A, Momo Yaoyorozu, basically having that of stars in her eyes, as the only time that anybody has seen her have stars in her eyes was during the time when, Mina, Kaminari, Jiro, Ojiro, and Sero came to her house. With soon Jiro saying, whoa, hold up, Momo. You really know this guy? And honestly, you're starting to look like Midoriya there." With then soon Izuku actually getting someone embarrassed saying, "Am I really that bad?" With then Shoto saying, yes, you are, Midoriya." Within Ojiro soon saying, "Detective Conan. Actually, now that the name reminds me, I think I remember hearing about a kid who was considered to be a super genius." With then Conan saying, "About that, I'm not really a child. I'm actually in my mid-20s currently." With everybody still caught off guard, with even Bakugo saying, "Like hell." With Izuku saying, "No, he's right. Shinichi Kudo is actually, currently is actually a grown man in a young boy's body. It's mostly due to his quirk." With then Conan saying, "Right on the money, Midoriya. I expect you to get everything right about me, even though I am, a less known and less obscured pro, even though I'm the one who solves most cases that not even today's pro heroes can solve, even the police, too." With then Tokiyami making a comment saying, "Most cases that not even pros can solve? Are you some kind of, ace detective like the books of Sherlock Holmes?" With then Conan saying, "Well, you could say that. I was inspired by him, but but if I want to be fair, I surpassed the man known as Sherlock Holmes." With then everybody completely thinking that's crazy. However, Momo continues gawking with stars in her eyes, as always, seeing the one pro that she idolizes the most right in front of her. With then Ida actually getting, Conan's attention as he cleared his throat saying, "That's all good, sir, but can we ask, why are you here? And why us specifically?" With then Conan looks at Aizawa, with Aizawa basically clenching his fist, but soon sighs out, as it being a deep and loud sigh, saying, "Go ahead, tell them." With then, soon, Conan brings out that of a hologram disc and tosses it onto the table as it soon activates, as it soon late shocks everybody in Class 1A, the traitor of UA. With then soon everybody is shocked and surprised. With soon Kaminari saying, "Whoa, whoa, whoa! This can't be real, right?" With soon Mina saying, "Yeah, that whole traitor thing wasn't real, and also it can't be." With then Conan saying, "Tell me, how is it that the League of Villains was able to infiltrate a secured facility such as the USJ in UA? Even with a warp quirk, they would need the layout of the place, allow and pinpoint accuracy to send each and every person there. Also, they would need the time and schedule as well." With then soon Momo actually getting out of her, fangirl mode before saying, "But it wouldn't that be that the distraction? We were told that Shigaraki destroyed the gate, allowing his partner in crime, Korogiri, to get into the school. Isn't that right?" With then Aizawa saying, "That was the main idea and the main evidence we could bring up, given the man's warp quirk abilities, especially his certain limits." With then Conan saying, "But it's too simple. Even there are even some quirks that have limits, especially on how the heck do they learn the layout of the school and even the time. Even with all of that, they would need a considerable amount of time and effort to prepare for something on this scale. And plus, they would even with their identities a secret, they would still have to have quite a bit of planning beforehand as well. So I actually thought of a little something. What if they had an inside man, a person that gave them, the information about the certain facility and about certain places to teleport, but with then Bakugo basically clenching his fist saying, "Enough!" Saying, "Like hell I'm going to let some whatever adult in a child's body," basically saying that about excusing some of us being traitors. With then everybody looking at the spiky ashen blonde with somewhat surprised. With then Conan adjusting his glasses saying, "As I expected from you, Katsuki Bakugo. Even though your explosive personality is, like I said before, the explosive personality alone was the reason why the League of Villains wanted to capture you, and why they wanted to turn you into a villain, more than anything. Especially your strong determination to win no matter the cost, after all." With then Bakugo saying, "Where are you getting at? Originally, I believed that you could have become the traitor." With then soon everybody caught off guard and surprised, with then Izuku soon stepping up saying, "There's no way, Kanchan would never." I did say believed. It was after his capture that I believed that he would be a traitor. However, the traitor was in the MIPS for the past 4 months, while you were all still here at UA, before the summer camp even began. For example, your first week at UA, the League of Villains attacked automatically. Now also, let's bring up 4 people within this class who would be most likely to be the traitor for the League. As then pressing a remote, as the hologram soon changed to 4 suspects, as it being that of Ochako, Shoto, Izuku, and Aoyama, with everybody in Class 1A completely shocked, surprised, and caught off guard of the people who are suspects to be traitors. With then Ida basically actually screams out saying, "That's impossible! This can't be! There's no way that Uraraka, Todoroki, and Midoriya alongside Aoyama could be traitors!" With then, out of everyone, Bakugo screams out, "Exactly! Especially not that damn nerd! No way in hell he's the traitor! You're talking out of your goddamn ass if you thinking that he is a traitor!" With then Conan saying, "Like I said, they're suspects, mostly due to, well, their outcomes of life, actually. I'm sorry about this, the four of you, but I need to bring up certain things to reason on why the four of you are suspects. And in case you're thinking that that's basically being private and confidentiality, you do know I may be a pro, but I am an officer and detective first and foremost. So, and if it means protecting the innocent lives of the students here at UA and even the students here in this class as well, then all that privacy must go out the window. I hope you know this isn't personal, but I have to bring up everything that could happen with Sue, starting with Ochako, as he brings up the fact about her family money issues, especially given the fact that their construction company that's been, well, not as profitable or as successful as it used to be, especially given that, well, many pros are trying their best to keep collateral damage at bay, and also her motives on why she wanted to be a hero when she first came to UA to gain a lot of money to support her family. However, the League of Villains have quite a bit of finances, especially even if it's illegal finances. It would be enough to support the Uraraka construction company business after all. So why not join with the League of Villains and be a spy? With everybody completely shouting at the boyish looking detective, with then soon saying, however, that was originally the idea on why she was a suspect. However, as things begin to change, especially certain outcomes, and and seeing that her financial situation hasn't changed one bit, even after the league continues to attack, she is out of everyone here is least likely to be the traitor, especially on how much that she has helped in certain issues, especially with the Chiha Saikai, even though the League wanted to destroy them as well, given a certain fallout after all. But that's not important. What's important is Uraraka is clear of suspicion, with then everybody's sighs in relief before going to Shoto. As for you, Todoroki, you're also a most likely suspect given your upbringing after all, with then Shoto actually having that of a serious look on his face, as he hasn't been this angry since the time that he continuously hating his father and shutting out everybody else around him. With then Izuku knows what's coming, saying, "No, you're wrong. Todoroki is..." "Midoriya, please, do not say anything. Like I said, you're also a suspect as well. So your words don't mean nothing until I explain the reason why." With then Izuku shut up before Conan begins explaining Shoto's backstory, as not everybody in Class 1A knows about Shoto's past life, especially growing up. The reason why he was born, the reason why all of his siblings were born, the reason why he wasn't as close with everybody and why he was always distant. And the reason why during the first half of their term that he refused to use his left side, his flames. And with everything that's brought up, it brings a lot of things to not just to Shoto, but also on Endeavor as well. On the kind of person he is, the kind of parent he is, and on how he got his scar as well. After saying all of this, Shoto actually had a burst of using his quirk and was about to shoot his flames at Conan. However, Aizawa soon used his erasing quirk on Shoto. With then soon Aizawa saying, "Let Conan finish, Todoroki. He'll explain." He hasn't done explaining why. Saying, "Thank you, Aizawa, and don't take this seriously. I don't take joy in explaining the private lives of students, but again, I have to bring up every situation." Within Aizawa glaring deeply at Conan as well, but saying, "You do know my quirk is a mutation quirk after all, especially that it won't work on me." With soon Shota couldn't help but basically be annoyed with saying, "Whatever, just finished, will you?" Saying, of course," as he soon adjusts his glasses, saying, "Now, reasons like that are more justifiable reasons on becoming a villain, especially after everything that has happened to you, Todoroki. Joining the League only seems natural, would it not?" With then Shota was about to say something, "But you're not, unfortunately." With then saying, "Given your actions, especially towards the League, towards Stain, and also towards the League of Villains as well, you are far from a traitor to this class. Not only that, given that all the interactions and how much you've changed from not just from your family members' point of view, but also from your classmates and even your weekly visits to your mother, you've actually grown from somebody who I would have worried about becoming a villain if you continue on the path of suppressing your quirk, to becoming a great hero that will surpass your father in your own way." With then Shoto couldn't help but sigh before tears began to come down his face. Within both Momo and Izuku comforting the half and half quirk user. With then soon Conan saying, "As for you, Midoriya, out of everyone here, you have a way more justifiable reason on becoming a villain and betraying everyone here." With soon everybody looking at the brunette boy, with then Shoto saying, "But that's where I draw the line. Midoriya has helped many of us, has cared for, and has done nothing but sacrifice everything to help us." Within Tokoyami saying, "I have to agree on that, especially during the summer camp. I believe if you say that you've gone through everything that has happened, even the incident at the summer camp, then you must know that on what Midoriya went through." With everybody in Class 1A agreeing and even saying how they felt. But then Ida saying, "I have to agree with my classmates here, Detective. Everyone else, you picked out Midoriya. Why? Why choose him?" With then Conan saying, because throughout his entire life, he was quirkless, with then Izuku shaking and shuddering, saying, "Born, you always dreamt of becoming a hero, Midoriya. Dreamt of becoming somebody like All Might. You idolized him to the point of that of fanaticism, but not on the same level as Stain, good thing. But even so, when you found out that you were quirkless, didn't that all shatter when everybody continued to belittle you and look down on you? With then even bringing up Bakugo, who constantly bullied Izuku to the point of physically harming him and making everybody basically join on bullying him, even to the point ignoring Izuku's very existence one point, with even the teachers not even doing anything to helping him. So, and even for his last year, things also changed when even bringing up the one thing that both Izuku and Bakugo wanted to keep a secret about about telling Izuku to commit suicide, with then everybody looking at Bakugo. Even Kirishima was really caught off guard hearing that his friend Bakugo could say all that and do all that, with even bringing up the sledge villain attack and also the attempt, and also being belittled by pros for even trying to help his very tormentor. So what changed? What changed was you met somebody who actually gave you a chance to become a hero, met somebody who actually wanted to support you in your dream. However, what if it came at a cost? A cost that would lead you to do something that you could never, ever take back ever again, right? With then, as Conan is actually aware of Izuku being the successor to All Might. However, he's making sure not to say that. But he also wants to remove all suspicion from Izuku from his classmates, especially since you gain a quirk last minute during the entrance exam, defeating the 0-pointer, and then after that, you're in every single event that led to being the League of Villains being involved. For example, the first time they showed up, the USJ attack. Second, the attack at the Hero Killer's attack at Hosu alongside the League of Villains Nomu. The summer camp. Let's also bring up the fact that you were also involved in the attack at Island as well. You were even there against the Chiha Saikai when the League of Villains were working alongside them too. With all of these incidents with the League of Villains, we can't help but think, how are you always connected and how are you always fighting against them no matter what? With Sue. And let's also bring up the fact that All For One can give, not just take away quirks, but also give quirks away too. With then everybody in Class 1A begins getting suspicious of Izuku, even Ochako and Ida, with soon Conan saying, but good thing that's not the case. With everybody looking at the boyish man once again, saying, what? Saying, you're just a good kid, always there to help others around. I've talked to those who you actually ended up saving and helping, and even those that consider you somewhat like a student and that you consider as mentors. Each and every one of them can, count everything that you've gone through, especially your own mother, on how much that she regrets not believing in your dream and continues to believe in you. with then Izuku was about to commit to tears. I don't think you are a traitor, Midoriya. If anything, you're just a good kid, always constantly throwing yourself in danger if it means you have a chance to save others. You have the true mindset of a hero. More than anything, if once you become a pro, I look forward to working alongside you. With then, Izuku couldn't help but continue break down in tears, going onto his knees, as everybody in Class 1A couldn't help but feel glad that the Green Net Simon role of Class 1A is cleared. However, all that remains is, you, on the other hand, Yuga Aoyama, you you come up a little bit more unknown, actually. Especially your actions, too. With then, soon, Mina saying, but you can't! If you say that both Uraraka, Shoto, and even Midoriya are also out of suspicion, what makes you think that Aoyama is? Saying, tell me, what do any of you know about your classmate Hyuga Aoyama more than anything? Has he ever expressed himself or talked about his hobbies and interests? Even for a split second with many of you. Within Aoyama began sweating for a bit, as then everybody has drawn a blank. With then soon, Chaka saying he likes like amazing and sparkling things and looking that of fantastic and chic. With then saying, true, he is from that of a prestigious family, not as prestigious as the Yayorozus, but still. But do you know anything about him growing up? Or the reason why he wanted to become a hero so deeply? With then Izuku stepping up saying he wanted to become a hero to prove himself. I know he said that his quirk was not made for him because he has quirk rejection. That's why saying true. There is the idea of quirk rejection factors that certain bodies cannot acclimate to their users' quirks. But the condition is quite rare, just the same as quirklessness, such as you, Midoriya. Also, did you know that Yuga Aoyama was also quirkless as well? With then everybody is shocked and surprised. But then Aoyama began to tear up. With soon Izuku saying, Aoyama? Saying, I didn't want you to know, Midoriya. I just told you that I was a late bloomer, just as you. So saying, unfortunately, you're not actually a late bloomer. Out of everybody's family life, even the Yayorozus, your family life is quite more, messy. Especially since some of them have connections to the underground. With then, everybody is completely shocked and surprised. Because also, finding out that their son is quirkless, wouldn't it be that of a, blemish on their record as a prestigious family? Well-known, with well-known wealth and everything? Why wouldn't they not want to get in contact with the very man who's known to give quirks, but at a cost? With then everybody looking at Aoyama, with even Izuku saying, Aoyama? There's no way, right? Your family. With then soon Conan saying, now, Hyuga Aoyama, I'm only going to ask this once, and only once, and you have to tell me the truth. With soon Conan saying, during the USJ attack, where were you? With then everybody was completely caught off guard by those words during the USJ attack. With soon, a few of them were about to, well, speak up and say that they know where Aoyama was, but then they began to realize that they don't know where he was, as he wasn't at the entrance, he wasn't with Shoto and Toru, and he wasn't in any other area in the USJ. With soon, a few of them, there was a time when Aoyama asked others if they wanted to know where he was. However, he soon says it was a secret. With then soon Izuku saying, "Come on, there has to be a reason. You can say the reason why? Aoyama, Detective Conan, please. There has to be another reason. Remember the summer camp. He said he helped us. He tried to help us get back Tokiyami and Kachan. Then Conan saying, tell me, who else? Did any of you tell your parents or family members about about the summer camp after you arrived? Before going to bed and everything? A few of them soon brought it up. However, they said that they were trained by the Pussycats, but they never said their true location. Some of them didn't even say a specific location, just said that they were heading to the mountains, and that's it. Soon, Aoyama raises his hand and says that he told his parents. Then Conan saying, just as I expected. Also, for somebody who was born to be quirkless and ends up having a quirk that ends up hurting him, it doesn't seem right, don't you think, Aoyama-kun? Why your quirk has so many drawbacks, especially one big drawback being you constantly having to use the bathroom. Quirks do have drawbacks, but the drawbacks don't take so long to activate, even with the quirk rejection factor that some people go through. It still makes no sense. Then Aoyama begins to break down in tears and saying, then as he begins to panic, he soon brings out his naval laser belt and was about to hit Detective Conan. However, he was soon stopped by Izuku saying, Aoyama, what are you doing? Why would you? I'm sorry, everyone. I'm so sorry. I didn't want to tell them. I didn't want to suffer. I didn't want them to suffer either. Then Izuku saying, them? With soon Conan saying, just as I expected as well. You see, Yuga Aoyama is the UA traitor, but not by choice, you see. Soon brings up files of Aoyama's parents, as like he said about their connection to the underground, and also desperate enough to have their son from being quirkless, and also their chance to have that of a famous hero as a son. They would do anything for that dream, for their child's dream, and for their own ambitions as well. That even means selling out their souls and even their child's soul to the very embodiment or the symbol of chaos, all for one. Because of that, Aoyama gave out information during the USJ attack and even gave the location directly to the League of Villains for the summer camp as well. He even believes that the whole attack on trying to stop Bakugo and Tokuyami from being taken was more as a sign of defiance, hoping for one last chance, or most likely to make sure that his cover wasn't completely blown. I believe not even the League of Villains members, such as Tomura Shigaraki himself, is aware of Aoyama's true existence. It's probably All For One who gives the information, with Momo saying, but if that's the case, All For One's now in prison. He shouldn't be able to. Currently, yes, he is in prison, and he isn't giving out information as he is now. But that still doesn't go against the actions that what Aoyama and his family has done, putting your lives all in danger, making that makes him that of an accessory to that of attempted murder and kidnapping. Not only he would be expelled from UA, he would also skip going from to juvenile hall to that of Tartarus itself, with then everybody caught off guard and shocked and surprised as they look at the blonde, formerly sparkling person in their class, saying, I'm sorry. Remember when I told you about my hero name, that I can't stop twinkling? Well, there's a double meaning behind it. I don't just want to shine, but I can't stop shining. Because if I do stop, I'll lose everything. I'll lose my family, I'll lose my dream, and I'll lose all of you as well. Especially you, Midoriya. First person who I thought of as my true friend, with Izuku completely caught off guard by this and was also about to tear up, with then soon Conan saying, now that we have taken this, you now know that Aoyama is the traitor who put your lives all in danger. So, I need to know, how do you all feel? How do you all see Aoyama now? With then Aizawa looking at Conan as he has that of a death glare at the detective. With soon, each and every one of them give their own opinions, as they all do feel betrayed, as they all do feel like Aoyama has basically taken their trust and the sign of their friendship and sign of trust as classmates and heroes in training, trying to achieve to the same goal and dream. However, they can't be mad, as they know that he was nothing but just as much of a pawn as all the other League of Villains members, such as Tomura Shigaraki, to All For One, as they know that he had no choice, that he was forced into this, not just by All For One, but by his parents as well. So, even Bakugo reluctantly forgiving him, even though he personally now knows that out of everything that he went through, he does want to blow up the hell out of Aoyama as somewhat of penance for everything that that has happened, even causing the dorm system. With soon, Aoyama's willing to take any punishment and is willing to even be expelled from UA because of this. But soon, Conan saying, originally that was the idea, but now knowing the situation a lot more deeply, and even getting your side of the story, Aoyama, as well, I've decided not to arrest you, and decided to arrest your parents instead for involving you into this madness, and also coordinating and attacking you as well by giving the information to All For One. Within Aoyama saying, You are? Do not worry though. They won't be heading to Tartarus. Well, at least not yet. We need to get their side of the story as well. But given that I've got all the information I need, there's no reason to talk to them about any of this. But even so, for a kid like you, I'll give them at least an exception. Besides, you still want to become a hero more than anything. Isn't that right? But then Ayama, still having massive tears in his eyes, nods profusely, saying, "Well, there you have it, Aizawa. None of your students will be going to prison and were never truly a traitor. At least, not willingly." But soon, as I was saying, you know, you should always just come out and say the truth instead of basically putting us through this, and especially them. With then Conan saying, true, that is, but we all know, but a person's true nature is shown during a moment of their lives where they feel like they're going to be rejected and basically criticized by their others. You all had those eyes of criticism, but once known the truth and known and everything else, you realize something else. There are more to the story than what we're given, especially in this today's society of suppression and control. As future pro heroes, you need to be a better example. You need to show that the time of intolerance and the time of discrimination needs to end. Alongside, you need to know true trust among one another. Then everybody couldn't help but that of saying, "Yes, sir." Then soon Conan steps out of the chair saying, "Well, it was a pleasure to meet you all. And like I said before, I look forward to what you all can do in the future. So take care, everyone." Then Conan leaves the boardroom, passing each and every one of them. Soon Aizawa saying, "You all have had quite a rough, evening. If you need some time to think, especially you, Aoyama, you're free from classes for the next week or so. I think it's best if you take this time to, reflect. And also, you most likely might need to see your parents for the last time after what has happened." Then Aoyama nodding, not saying anything. But soon, he places a hand on Aoyama's shoulder, saying, If you want, you can still, we still see you as a student here at UA. You may need to regain some people's trust here in this class, but I don't think you'll need to work hard to gain it back, though. Soon, Aoyama was completely caught off guard by those words. But then Izuku, giving the blonde boy, the French-looking blonde boy, a cheerful smile, even with tears in the greenette's eyes. But then Conan continues walking before his body begins to shift as he looks like that of a man in his mid-20s, saying, as he soon removes his glasses, saying, "Well, that takes care of that. Oh, but I did wish I could show them my true age. But guess showing them not to judge a book by its cover could help them. But it'll take more time than that. Hopefully, they'll get past this moment in their lives. But right now, I need to look up more information on the League of Villains and also the Meta Liberation Front. If my corrections are correct, then most likely they'll attack the League of Villains. And knowing Tomoe Shigaraki, or Tenko Shimura, as he's now truly known, and especially knowing what has happened to the boy, the Meta Liberation Front is going to be taken control by the League of Villains. Hopefully, that doesn't happen. For the first time in my life, I really hope I'm wrong about this. But soon, The pro detective soon goes off, ready for the next case to solve. And the case of the UA Traitor is now closed. And that's it. Thank you guys for watching. And if you're watching this too, I really hope that you enjoyed this the most, more than anything. I hope that I did, well, Detective Conan or, well, Shinichi a lot better, given that I'm not a real, well, the case closed fan after all. So, yeah. Any rate, if you guys like this, please like, comment, and subscribe. And hit that bell notification to keep up to date with my videos when I upload on this channel. Also, check out my Discord, my gaming channel, main channel, and Patreon. All linked in the description below. So, with all that said, this is Yamoki, signing out. Later, guys, and take care. Especially you, my beloved Shiro, and I always will love you.